This year will be the 50th anniversary of the very first John Verity Band. Up until then I'd just been in other people's bands, and then in 1970, whilst I was living in America, I got the opportunity to start my own band. So this year being the 50th anniversary, I wanted to come up with an album that was maybe a little bit of a retrospective over the years. And I've called this album Passion because music has been my passion. It's not always been a good thing, I suppose, because you kind of shut out other things in your life because of this passion. But anyway. So this album, I'm kind of look back over what I've done over the years, but also the way that I recorded it. This time round, I just felt that I should write all the songs kind of just on acoustic guitar. Just singing with acoustic guitar to put the songs together until I felt they were complete. And then, just like we used to do in the old days, I went into a rehearsal place and with the band, and we rehearsed the stuff and got it ready for recording. And then when it came to recording, I went into a place called Remote Farm Studios with Liam, my drummer, and we just laid down the tracks just with the two of us. The reason I wanted to do that was that I just remembered back that I used to really enjoy doing that before when I was working with Bob Henrit and with Steve Rodford, and we would just spend time, just the two of us in the studio, whichever drummer I was using, and just lay down the tracks and get a really nice feel. So I did that for 2 days in that studio, got some really nice drum tracks, and then I brought those recordings back here to my own studio, and I've been putting together everything else on there. So I load up the tracks into my computer here, into my software in my own little studio, and I just started adding everything else really. So I put down a guide bass guitar, which was just a guide. It was going to be replaced later by Bob Skeat and by Roger Inniss. That's all been done now, so I'm at that stage. And this time I decided I would do all the vocals myself. In previous albums I've had other guests for backing vocals and stuff like that, but I just decided I'd do everything myself. Well, I remember when I heard it for the very first time. And then in terms of further guests, I've got Jamie Pipe coming in to do some keyboards. Liam's been back and he's done some percussion parts. And then I'm hoping to get a guest sax player on one track. Okay, whilst I've been recording this album, I had at times there's been a little bit of sadness in that for the last probably 5 albums I've had Ian Gibbons playing some keyboards for me. Ian's not with us anymore, we lost him last year, so it has been tinged with a little bit of sadness, but he's always been here, he's always been in my heart whilst I've been recording it, and I just wanted to have a little mention for Ian at this point. As I said before, I decided to do all the vocals this time, and obviously if one person is doing lots of harmonies, there's a technique that you have to use in the studio. But a lot of you guys out there will know about this anyway, but I just thought I'd kind of fess up and show you how it's done. So I'm going to play you one of the tracks from the album called Higher. I'll just play you a little snatch of it and show you where the chorus harmonies come in that I did. So you'll see that there are lots of John V's all singing with him. I think that Lee, who's on the camera here, is going to show you the screen as it comes up to the chorus. All right, so I'll just play you this. The other element of songwriting, I suppose, is where you get your inspiration from, and I've tended to, over the years, taking on board what I hear on the news and stuff like that and what's going on around me. but really, when I've been writing these songs, that's what's inspired me, is listening to what's going on around us. And you can't really ignore the global warming issue, can you? So without wishing to be preaching on an album, I just felt that I had to write something about it. So I wrote this song called Broken Heart, which is on the album, and it's quite sad really, but I tried to, on the actual track, I tried to get a feeling across as much as anything. I just think it's about the emotion of it. And with that in mind, I just wanted people to feel the melancholy, if you want, of the song. And when I was finishing the guitar parts, I just got this idea into my head of something to finish it with that kind of just took it down and made you maybe start thinking a little bit about what I've just been singing about. And I just thought I'd play you a little bit of that now. So this is where the song breaks down at the end, and it goes into a very, very simple piece of guitar, really. So if I can just get Lee to pan across, I'll just play this bit to you and give you an idea of what it's about. Okay, so that's a little bit of a summary of what I've been doing over the past few weeks, and thanks a lot for watching us. Hopefully we'll see you on the road this year sometime. We're just about everywhere in the country, so it'd be really nice to see some familiar faces, but also it's always good to see some new faces. So I hope you enjoy the album, and we'll see you soon.